Hello, I hope very much this finds you well. As you may see from my garb, I've been out cycling again. Either that or I've got a job mending potholes in the road. But I've come out on one of my usual cycle rides along the country roads, and I've stopped off in the village of Rampton, near to where I live. I have broadcast from here before at Giants Hill Fort, you might recall if you've watched these things before. It's been a very pleasant ride. I stopped off and had a good discussion with a very friendly and large brown horse on the way, which was great. I think about all sorts of things as I cycle. I was thinking quite a bit about the art of Francis Bacon for a while, and then my thoughts turned to the current controversy over the Cumbrian coal mine, which is causing the government a certain amount of embarrassment, or has the potential to do so, in relation to the COP26 proceedings coming up in Glasgow. My thoughts on that really were, well, what's the proper role of the planning system in relation to climate change? So many authorities are declaring climate emergencies. You'll recall that before Christmas there was a decision of the High Court involving Surrey County Council, where the very important issue was decided of whether indirect effects of the burning of fossil fuels extracted from oil and gas developments were effects that had to be taken into account in environmental statements. And the court concluded quite firmly that the law did not require that they were not indirect effects which had to be assessed. Now, of course, it's arguable while they may not be assessable or required to be assessed for EIA, they are still material considerations. And plainly, people would say that the use of the coal, the greenhouse gas emissions from burning the coal from a new coal mine are material considerations. However, I would question that perhaps when one thinks about it properly, really. The coal in question is going to make steel, it's coking steel. There are really no substitutes at the moment for coal in that process, and the coal has to come from somewhere. But that's in a sense not really the point at issue here. I think the point is, what's the proper function and remit of the land use planning system in controlling the production of products, whether they be fuels or anything else. If somebody tries to build a massive crisp factory, that may have awful implications for obesity, but that's not a reason, it seems to me, to be refusing it planning permission. The purpose of the planning system is really to control, in the public interest, the use of land, not the use of products from the use of that land. And there must be, I feel, other better ways to control the use of coal in steelmaking. Plainly, it has to be done. And one of the problems is, of course, the question of carbon leakage, and how, if you restrict or make it more expensive to use coal in producing steel here, that does nothing if other countries, India, China, wherever, are still using coal to manufacture their steel. So those are big problems. They're international problems. They're not going to be resolved plainly by dealing with planning applications in the UK. So those are my thoughts. It probably will still be a controversial decision that's going to cause Boris potentially some embarrassment in Glasgow. Maybe an issue you'd want to debate. But those are my thoughts. I'm going to continue with my cycle ride in a moment. I think I'll give up thinking about Cumbrian coal and perhaps resume thinking about nice brown horses or the paintings of Francis Bacon. So anyway, goodbye for now, and I'll see you again at some future date. Bye.